All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play fake. Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. You don't know no better. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Come on, set. 18 Gators. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Titans' 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Brees. out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. 11 yards there, first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Three down. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. Come on.
On first down, Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. We're good. Ready.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
95-56, 95-56.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
47. Switch gears. Switch. Blue dot Corker.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down.
Clap. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. In your
Now Mariota. And this one complete to Smith. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
SOS.
From the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Ginn. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Set. Over.
They'll run it now with Barner. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's it, baby.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You can't block me.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st and goal.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the 3rd-year back out of Texas, Deontay Foreman. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. Chargers have jumped out to an early lead over the Raiders. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mariota hands to Henry. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Third down.
One. 3.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now it's Ginn. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. On first and 10, here's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Opposite. Check three. 80 weapon. Check.
Running with Kamara. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to Darboh. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Breeze now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down.
Watch the pass. Kill. Bang. Kill. Check 15. Blue draw Porter.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Titans now on first down. He's got that one complete to Darboh. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Kill.
Into the red zone, it's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
At the 8-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On second down now, Foreman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ready. 5-8. Go.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal. At the Titans' 8-yard line.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Brees. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Check three. Check hot route. Hot. 1 up.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, watch his slant. Mike's 47. I got him. 1. 4-7's the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, I got you. One.
To throw, Mariota. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Three.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Watch the run. One. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. One. 24. Check 24.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And the 49ers have scored again, really extending that lead. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here I come. Here, 21. Mike's 59.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing. Receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Breeze. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain interception that he threw.
Check, 47.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and a good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Pilot, 64. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Let's get the ball.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And that might be Titan football. It is. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Good job, D. Good job, D.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ready. Get the ball. Check. 22 jet bomber. Move. Hey. 4 down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
132 fighter.
And the Saints first down.
They'll run. It's Barner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Jim. 5-9. 5-8.
Here's Breeze. And complete right side to Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Kill. Check, 59. Hey, wahoo! That's the way.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got his man. It's Darboh. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Breeze. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
36. Hey, kill.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. To throw is Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
It's our time.
Final play of the half here. Mariota completes it to Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go one more. Over. Check.
Here's Breeze to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Shoot.
Now Barner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Check 52.
Now Kamara. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. Wide. Get wide. Check the hot read.
Now a run for Barner. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Breeze now to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
Ready. You ready? Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Slam.
Breeze going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
21.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. 3.
They just get the playoff. Now Mariota. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Slam.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Let's go.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Kamara trying the right side. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, Check, 55 to Mike. Check.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Sammy! Hey, Alpha!
To throw, it's Breeze. That's complete to Darboh. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
I'm coming for you, son. Big dash. Come. Back. 47's the mark.
Mariota. He's going deep for Brown. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check. One.
Third and long here for Mariota. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Tight dog. Greystone, travel. Hey, Delta. Mike, 55.
Here's Hill. And this is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Opposite.
On 1st down, Foreman about 3 yards there to the 27.
Right there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Titans' 27-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Now Breeze. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Ready? 5-9. He's coming. Kill.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
Ready? 95, 56. 95, 56. 54. Got you. I got you, son. Alert flare.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Motion. Mike, 50. Hey, easy. Right there, you missed. 55. Watch a slant. Hey, check right. Watch it, you find. Hey, we got to get this stop. Kill.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Foreman, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Saints 28, Titans nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. 3. 47's the mic, boys.
From the gun, Mariota. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards, a first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Titans first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike.
Mariota. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Mariota going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Watch the motion, watch the motion.
One.
Check Mike 47. Check.
The Titans go. It's Mariota. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 36, Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Mariota to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Stay focused. Come on. All right. I got you.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP?
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. 55. I don't think you got it, son.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready? You ready? 55. Kill, 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 kill. Oh, here we go. Oh. Let it catch.
They'll run on 1st down. Foreman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ready? 5-9. Check. 55. We go 21, 21. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
They'll put it in the hands of their playmaker again. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And to give this time to the tailback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Foreman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for New Orleans, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.